Okay, so now that I popped up the right side, threw a little more gravel on it, did a little more hammering, now I'm coming up level left to right, and looks level, pretty level front to back. So now, and I'm still good here, that's pretty much there, and that's there too. And then to make sure, I'm going to take my 6-foot level and see what we have, which I have a little bit of gravel getting behind me here, which is going to cause some problems, but I'm going to take my 6-foot level and come across. And I'm level on the level itself, and there's no gaps under it, and it's not rocking or anything like that. Between all these stones, there are no gaps. If I push down on it, it doesn't rock at all. So I've leveled this block to this block the same height. This block now is level this way, and it's level this way, and the entire row that I'm working on is level with each other. And this is the way it's got to be done, one block at a time. On to the next one. So here's my awesome progress so far. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever done this, so this has taken me some time. But to get my base layer tamped down, get my 3/8 inch on my, well, I call it screed layer, but basically my fine layer on top of that, and to get, what is this, 11 blocks down, get them all as level as I possibly can, which is very, very level. I mean, really close, and level with each other. I've been out here this afternoon, left work early today, so I've spent about 4.5 hours, maybe, something like that, possibly 5 hours, 4.5, 5 hours, somewhere like that, getting all my stuff out, getting everything set up. Of course, getting everything set up takes a little while, and then putting all these stones down. So it's time consuming, but it is worth it. The bottom layer's got to be right, because that affects everything else that goes on top of it. And if it's not right, nothing else is going to look right. So that's it for today, and it's supposed to rain the next few days, so whenever I get a chance, I'll start over and keep on working on this. So my project for the last couple of days has been gravel. We've actually had 5 days where it hasn't rained, which is the first time in about 3 months. So I was getting to the point, trying to build this retaining wall, that I gotta have gravel in order to do much else. And I've not been able to schedule a load of gravel because it's been raining so much. The yard hasn't been dried out enough to get a load scheduled. So I took my little pickup truck, half a ton at a time. Took a half a day off work yesterday, and this morning, and I have been running back and forth to a local bulk supply, and I have picked up 5.5 tons of gravel. So that once I get this retaining wall up, I will hopefully have enough gravel to backfill the area here. So here's where the retaining wall, of course, is going again. And once that gets up to the mark on my pole there, which is about 18 inches, all that's got to be filled in with gravel. So it's going to take a lot of gravel, and I may need more. I don't really know. I'm kind of guessing as best as I can. And if I do, I'll have to run and get some more. Or maybe then I can get some delivered. I've got blocks just for now, just to kind of help brace the gas line. Of course, the gas line's off. There's no natural gas in it right now. And it's been leak tested. Already did a pressure test, 10 psi, about 16 hours, which is only required 3 psi for no more than 24, but it doesn't actually specify how much. Usually I like to see overnight. So I did a 10 psi overnight with air, and it had kept pressure just fine, thankfully. So no leaks on that line from here where it goes into the house back there. And this is where I am so far. Now it's a matter of working on a retaining wall and filling in gravel. So I'm at the point again where I've got to step up, and I was going to kind of show this. You can see there where I've had to step up. It's because the ground slopes from my right side, where I'm currently sitting out here on a beautiful day, to the left side. And as I've gone up these 5 blocks right here, each of them being level with each other, I'm getting to the spot where right here I'm finally about an inch below surface, the ground level, and this is still going up. So like you normally want the bottom course to be 2 inches in the ground or so. So since I'm at roughly an inch below here, right in here, I'm going to start stepping up again. So because there's no point in just burying blocks. I mean, at some point that's kind of fruitless. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to take this 57 over 57 gravel. I'm going to roughly kind of level this up. And I'm going to take, for now, I'm using this bagged fine gravel. I'm going to throw a good layer of it on here. They say about an inch, half inch. Really doesn't really matter as long as you've got enough to give it a nice smooth layer for to set onto and to level off of. So I'm going to throw that big rock out of there. Throw a couple of these big rocks that are in my way out of here. And I'm going to put more until I get this kind of leveled out. And I'm judging at the moment just by where this comes up. Get that one out of the way. Put some more fine on here. This has all been tamped down. It's all been solid. So it's not just loose. And then I'm going to take a block, which I've got here. I am knocking off the pieces on them. There's little pieces like on those over there. That's upside down. It hooks behind the bottom, the layer beneath it, and that's what helps lock them in this way. So when in my case, the gravel or retaining wall is pushing against it, it's got this little piece that locks in it on the piece below it, and then this here is being held in by the ground itself. So I'm going to take this block, I'm going to put it on here. I want it about halfway. These blocks are 12 inches, so I'm going to take it, I'm going to measure here 6 inches, and then I'm going to move this block over to there. Now this string line I've got set up here was not so much for elevation, because I didn't really set it for the elevation. I just set it from one corner to the other. This is just more at this point just keeping me straight so I don't have a crooked wall. So I'm going a little bit past it on purpose. About a half inch past it is about where I've decided to go with it. And then I'm going to take this block here. This will be the next course I've got going. I'm going to stick my level on it. Now, as you can see here, I'm low on this left side. I am definitely low on the left side. So I'm going to add more gravel to it, and I'm going to mess with it until I get it level. All right, now I lifted up this left side of this block, which was low. Added a little bit of this fine gravel, this about 3/8 inch, 1/4 inch small gravel, and I added just a little bit. Didn't take a lot. And as you can see, it's nice and level now. And of course, I'm checking in both directions. And then from here, I will continue working from here until I get to the corner. And I doubt I'll have to step again, so I should be able to go with this all the way to my corner. Until I have to make my curve up here, just like I made a curve down there.